Hello, final crystal tubers, and welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy 4 DS with me, BlueAnkylo. We're done exploring the underworld with our new fancy airship that we stole. It's time to go get that crystal. I'm sure we'll be successful this final time, right? Welcome to the sealed cave. Oh good, we got an encounter right off at the beginning. And the good news is it's just a stupid bat. I'm gonna take a wild stab and say they're pretty easy, but have that annoying effect of going really quick. We're also going to double test Rose's ability to hit every single attack, now that she's got the Yoichi bow, and I'm not using aim anymore. You know, they actually have a fair bit of HP, 7,000, that's more than the usual bat. Might be worth using some magic on them, possibly. To be honest, I think we'll be okay. Let's just auto it out. 7,000 HP is still not that much. There you go. So Rosa is actually a relatively good damage dealer on her own right. So keep getting those good bows and arrows. She can keep up with almost edge. She may never hit as hard as Kane or Cecil, but you know. At least she can keep up with the ninja. I mean, that's an amazingly large bow, too. She's gotta have some pretty good arm strength to even wield something like that. Archers are tough. Anyway, welcome to the sealed cave. Let's talk to people. No sign of Golbez. The last dark crystal rests in the cave. Yeah, finally coming here. Wasn't Golbez supposed to be here? You know, Kane, you raise a good point. Never would have thought there were more crystals down here. And who would have thought Lucas' necklace would be so rare? Who would have thought the king would give such an important key to a little girl, a little dwarf? Alright. Let's use Lucas, the other Lou. Made everything turn green. Must have been a very interesting key. Anyway. Now we can get in. Let's see if anyone has anything different to think now. The seal is broken! We've opened the door. Will the enemy follow us in? Ho, 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 ho. Something feels wrong. Does it? That's right, Edge. I'm sure you're feeling a bit guilty about missing out on the whole trap, beside the other 7 crystals. Alright. Let's go get that crystal then, everybody. Teamwork. Oh, I'll never know if I need to go left first. Oh, this was I was looking at the mini-map. I thought I could just walk down here. That's what happens when you follow the mini-map with your eyes, rather than the actual screen. There's a little cutscene to go up and down. Okay, hold on. We got lots of new enemies, so we're gonna wanna, like, you know, analyze them. I like analyzing stuff. As you've probably gathered by now, perhaps I should have given someone the analyze ability, just so that I could save some time. Okay, the thing in the back is bad. Yeah, Chimera Brain, you're probably gonna be the #1 priority. I'm guessing anything that can cast multi-target magic, pretty bad. But once we've Librified everything, we'll know what they're weak against. Or strong against. Or both. Alright. Rydia, you tell me what's going on. Alright, fire and light, lightning, and absorbs everything. What a lousy combo. You know what works against stupid combos like that? Well, okay, I suppose. You know what really works against stupid combos like that? I might not have got that. Defend in time. Quite a lot of HP. No, keep defending or else you're gonna die. Good miss, Cecil, good miss. Alright, now we haven't seen this yet, so we might as well at least watch it the first time. Tidal Wave. It's a pretty powerful attack. I believe this is one of the first attacks you can get up to 9,999 damage. We're pretty close already, and we're only in the level 50s. And they weren't weak against water. So, you can imagine with a water weakness, or even just more stats, that would do it. Also, I apologize if you can hear a large thumping. That's the neighbors, the upstairs neighbors' kids jumping around. They may pick up on the microphone every now and then. Not much I can do about it. Yeah, right there. Yeah, it annoys me too, guys. I'm sorry. Anyway, let's ignore the thumping earthquake and continue on with our dungeon. Okay, this is we just gotta do a lot of damage quickly. In fact, might as well just use auto battle because it's quick. Blaze is gonna hurt, but I think we can kill 2 of these guys before Edge dies. This is the real trick. Poor old Edge. Now, obviously, we could summon Leviathan again, seeing as they're not strong against water. But Leviathan, if you noticed, costs 75 MP. So you have to be a little bit frugal with it. If you, man, I was hoping that Confuse would have actually confused it. It's currently confused, and it used Blaze on us. Isn't that garbage? Alright, well, Confusion is a failed attempt on that guy. Unfortunately, Edge is just very weak. Oh, also, I forgot to mention, between episodes, I went back to town and picked up a bunch of consumables. So we've got lots of Phoenix Downs. I think I bought some remedies, some cottages. You know, we've just got the basic stuff. I think we picked up... Did I forget to use a Soma drop last episode too, or a couple episodes? I probably forgot about that. You know, I've talked about how I like giving them to Rosa. You know, Rydia's... Her summons are getting pretty expensive too as we get towards the end of the game, but... It's hard to say what's more important right now. Okay, seriously, kids upstairs, that's enough. Holy smokes. I really hope it's not, like, horribly obnoxious over the recording. But man, they're awfully loud for me. I don't know how you guys are gonna handle it. Jeez. Come on, kids. Alright, so... This is, gonna be a repetitive battle here. This is no door. That's no door. It's a monster. It's a trap, you could say. There's gonna be a few of these fights. Now, I will fight the first one normally, and then I'll show you a trick for the next one. So, because we've got draw attacks, it just targets Cecil automatically. But normally it would target a random character. It does get a lot of HP, as you can see. 14,000. It's pretty hard to kill in a single round unless you use, like, Leviathan, but you're not going to have enough MP to do that all that often. So it does 9th Dimension, which is pretty bad. Normally, thanks to Aegis Shield, it doesn't work. If that happens on anybody else, they just get killed. It's a death attack, basically. Thanks to draw attacks, this is a pretty easy battle. Still, I will show you a trick on the next one. Mostly the problem is it takes a lot of time to kill him. And you get a reasonable amount of rewards for it. Oh, you guys are gonna like my trick. I mean, I've already got one good trick. Just wait till you get the next good trick. Alright, we got some ether. Oh, this fight again. Alright, you know what? You know what worked really well last time? Probably need to attack somebody. Luckily, in fact, most importantly, Leviathan is enough to one-shot the Chimera. Chimera Brain, whatever it's called. Of all the things that need to die quickly, that's the most important. The rest of the stuff on this encounter isn't too bad, so... Leviathan, good job, buddy, good job. That automatic blaze is pretty brutal. It's going to be a real big drain on our MP because, well, it's a lot of healing required, and it's a lot of Leviathan MP going down the drain. I'll have to find someone I can osmose in this dungeon if I want to get through it. quickly. Kotetsu, I believe, is worse than what we've got. I think that's an old dagger. Yeah. I think we could have bought it somewhere. So, assuming you've been exploring diligently, you should have 2 Kiki-Wiki Mungis, or however you say it. So, you don't need to worry about that so much. So if you don't want to fight the door, don't worry about it. You don't have to. On the other hand, assuming you're following along with a similar strategy, they're pretty easy. Okay, this is an easy battle. It's just going to take a minute. Because of the amount of HP these guys get. I'm hoping, in fact, I know that it won't be too long before Rydia gets a better rod. A better effect, basically. Maybe a little bit more intellect, but an actual attack spell is what I really want. Because as much as Confuse has a couple uses, I would generally prefer if she could just do 1,000 damage or 2,000 damage. Now, her whips could, but then she'd lose out on her summon damage. I have a feeling I'm going to have to backtrack to the beginning of this floor if I want to get the full map complete, which is disappointing. But maybe we can catch it from the right side here, I don't know. Or from the left side, I mean. I suppose we're fighting some Nagarajas, whatever that means. I guess Naga is often the human head snake thing, but Nagaraja. Oh, they're easy. Not even 5,000 HP. Nothing to worry about. Nothing to see here, folks. The team can definitely handle it. But a unicorn horn. Those are always nice to have a few of for emergencies. Just in case. Were we getting any new messages yet? I wonder how far the underworld extends. We get... I just happen to remember that this is a dungeon that has a lot of different thoughts in it, rather than one per dungeon. I think we get a new thought per floor. Yeah, what happened? What's supposed to happen? Yeah, that's good. Where is the crystal? Well, we're gonna keep looking. Can I please... Yes! I was worried that I'd have to go back to the beginning there to finish the map up, but the radius was good. We managed to hit it. No, auto battle's fine. So they can cast silence and multi-target silence, which is always frustrating. It looks like my mages are both immune to it, though, which is actually really nice. I don't know what they've got equipped that does that, but definitely one of their accessories or one of their equipment makes them immune to silence, which is generally a pretty good stuff. It's a good sign when your mages are immune to it. I'm happy to see that. Like, I don't really care if that was kind of a dead end. Oops. I don't really care if Kane or Edge gets silenced. Cecil's a bit annoying, but it's the girls you want to keep up. Okay. Come on, guys, be quick. Kill them all. Okay, actually, we're fine. Instead of using their death attack magic, they decided to just do a physical attack. They're futile, basically. That's the trick with these enemies that have the multi-target spells. Sometimes they just choose not to use them. Oh, good. There goes the rumbling again. That's no door, it's a monster. Okay, now I'll show you the easy way. The easier way. White magic. Now this does cost a little bit of MP. 30 MP, I don't know if that's actually that worth it. I'll show it off anyway. This is like super cheese strategy. Now it works on whoever he's targeting, so he can just kill himself. I think it saves some time. But I forgot how expensive Reflect was. For 30 MP, I don't know if that's a great deal. Seeing as Cecil is completely immune and it doesn't do any damage, I don't think I'll be doing that too much. But it is a good thing to remember. If you don't have draw attacks, plus the Aegis shield, maybe you'll have to use the Reflect trick. Anyway, there's some more doors here. I'm going to fight them. I'm also going to hope that... we just get physical attacks here. Alright, good. Easy battle. Good old Rydia confusing this Chimera brain. Although we did learn that that doesn't actually help us out much because it still casts magic on the group. I always hate that when your status buff, like if the enemy has an attack that just basically ignores Confuse, it only targets the enemy group rather than, you know, confusable basically. So seeing as it can't do anything, why don't we just auto-battle it? It's only got 14,000 HP, it'll take a couple rounds. You can't confuse it apparently. I was thinking that would be cool too, if we could cause it to just kill itself like that, but it tries, but Cecil is immune, so we don't have to worry about it. I mean, yeah, definitely the Reflect is a bit quicker battle, but that is free battle. That costs you no MP, so... I knew there was a reason to go to the Cave of Eidolons before this dungeon. Okay, so this was a dead-end one. I can't remember which one's which, so I'll be double-checking them all. But yeah, a fair number of these doors that you have to fight, they're all monsters. A fair number of them just lead to dead ends. But some of them have treasure, so unless you already know or are following a walkthrough or something, maybe you're following this video, then you will know not to fight these. But as one may expect, this Ankylo is not following a walkthrough, he's just going off of old memories. So sometimes I remember, sometimes I don't. Besides, with a little bit of frame skipping, and the fact that we're basically immune to his attack, well, we are completely immune to his attack, it's not like they're very threatening. Okay, that was a dead end, and you do get rewards. I mean, we get experience out of it. It's not totally a waste of time. But I guess what I was going to say was I do remember those being difficult encounters before. Final Cricket. Maybe they're not saying anything new anymore. I do seem to recall that the thoughts change a fair bit, but... Oh well, seems like it's the same. Okay, so those are ropes down. Let's check the non-rope path first. Oh, that's going to give me an odd number of Phoenix Downs. I had exactly 50 when I started this dungeon. Unless I used one. You know, I think I did use one on Edge. I don't know. It feels like we're stomping through this pretty quickly anyway. We're pretty much... I suppose, though, it is probably time to heal up Cecil. Alright, good pal. Buddy old pal. Give you a little bit of magic healing. I suppose, I did notice that Edge learned a new jutsu, whatever you want to call it. I suppose I should use it off. I should test it out once in a while. It might have an interesting animation you want to see. So we've got Gale. It does Wind Elemental, which is one of the odd elementals. You don't get a whole lot of it. So let's see what Gale looks like. Just automatically best. As I said before, Edge is just not very good with his magic. Yeah, if you really needed a Wind Elemental attack in a pinch, what else do we have? There's no arrow in this game. I believe there is one summon that is Wind Elemental, but we don't have it yet. Oh, actually, there may be a couple, but I think they're rare drops from enemies, and I'm not 100% sure. Anyway, Edge does get the off elements. He just isn't very good with them. Oh, good. This hasn't happened. So sometimes, I don't know what the rule is, but sometimes you get a monster to fight after you kill the door. And it replaces the door, so you don't get the door's experience, which is bad. So I think it may be like if it takes you too long to kill it, then you don't get the good reward. Like if you don't kill it, you get the enemy instead, basically. So it's probably in your interest to just rush. Not mess around with Gale. Let's just auto-battle to max damage as quick as we can. Of course, there's not much to say when we're fighting the dwarf for the 10th time. But we can kill them in 2 rounds, and you do get, you know, you get some stuff. And like I said, there's going to be some treasure. Like this one, see? This is worth coming in because we get some treasure. These rooms are also much smaller on the Super Nintendo version. There we go, that's a good one. A new weapon. Wasn't even guarded. Now, am I going to use it or not is the question. Unless you really need Holy Elemental, it's probably not as good as the Defender. You're probably meant to come through this normally before you do the Eidolon Cave, perhaps. In which case, this might be better than the Ogre Killer in some ways. At least it helps out Cecil's spirit. But I like the higher attack and defense. And the only trade-off is your accuracy, which, well... I mean, missing sucks, but I think the Defender is perfect for Cecil the way I'm using him with his draw attacks. I think that extra defense is perfect. Alright. Let's just zip through it. These guys are rendered totally impotent, basically. Oh, see, there's that miss. I should have equipped the Lustrous Sword. So after Cecil missed, we were unable to kill it in 2 rounds, unfortunately. Anyway, there we go. Well, the good news is I think we've killed most of the doors already. I know there's a few more, but we're getting there. And this one had treasures, so hey, it wasn't a bad one. Elixirs are nice. Fuma Shurikens, excellent. So, if I understand, oops. That's good. Okay, that should be enough to kill everything, hopefully. The Fuma Shuriken is like a supersized giant shuriken. And it does supersized giant damage compared to a normal shuriken. I think you can check the attack power on it. Maybe the next time I throw a shuriken, I'll compare them. The shurikens are already doing like 3,000 damage, which is pretty good. It's about double Edge's normal attack. But yeah, the Fumas are much rarer, I guess, is what you'd think. That's what I'd say. So, you're going to want to save those for, you know, probably bosses. and difficult bosses at that, too. Light Curtain, I believe that's the Reflect on Everyone spell. Or Reflect on Everyone item. Could be useful. Depends on what you're fighting. Against, like, Leviathan, that might have helped if you're having a really hard time. Alright. Whatever these things are called, you're no match for us. These things would be a decent pick for the Avenger as well. Because Berserk on Cecil would just mean he attacks a little bit harder. And we're just basically berserking here anyway, right? So it's fine. But then I'd have to change weapons all the time. And I like having the ability to choose your actions. Okay, that was a dead end, unfortunately. And another one. Yeah, this is the room of dead end doors, I guess. But we never would have got the Fuma Shuriken or the Lustrous Sword if we hadn't gone for it. Not that I'm using either of them right now. I have some completionist in me. You guys that have been listening for a while, you know the deal with BlueAnkylo. I do like to try to get most of the items in a game. I'm not so hardcore that I'll grind away for 100 hours to get a really rare drop, but this was worth it. This gives us a way to restore Rydia's MP, so that we can use we can use Leviathan as much as we want, basically, as long as you've got cottages. Oh, and I did check. A cottage costs 500 gil. So any inn that costs more than 500 is a ripoff. You might as well just buy some cottages and use those to heal up for free. Well, for cheaper. For a net savings. Not that money is very tight at this point in the game, but Right, if you want to be a min-maxer and you don't want to let those con artist ins take advantage of you. I do find it hilarious, honestly, that Rosa can do about as much damage as Edge. And keep in mind, he's in the back row, but he has, like, usually back row would be half damage for swords. But he's got that reach augment, so he is doing a full frontal attack, just like Kane would. But he has the extra defense for being in the back. And he's still just barely keeping up with Rosa. Now, her weapons, of course, with bows, are long-ranged, so she doesn't lose any attack power. I think if she had more strength, she would do as much damage as Edge, basically. Or maybe the equipment that buffs your attack. Now, because of our setup, because I give Edge, because Edge is in the back row for one, and Cecil has draw attacks, this is less important than normal. You could just try to maximize Edge's strength just for offense, and maybe normally I would, but I will give him the black cowl because it's ninja gear. Just double checking, yeah, this would make his ninjutsu a little bit better. I could give him the power armlet. The thing is, you could maximize his strength and he'll do a little bit more damage. But if Cecil ever dies, Edge goes down so quickly. If you're playing a different version of Final Fantasy IV that does not have draw attacks, like basically any other version, if you leave Edge in the front row, he just gets pummeled. He dies so quickly. So you would almost always want to use the defensive equipment, and I'll just leave it like that because it's a little bit unoptimal, but I feel like it's kind of traditional. Oh, also, the poison axe finally poisoned something. Not like it matters much, but yeah, I mean, my point is that we could maximize Edge's offense if you really wanted, and instead of doing 1700 damage, maybe he would do 1800 or something. Arise, there we go, that's a good spell. That is also Life 2 or Raise 2 or whatever you want to call it. Depends on the version of Final Fantasy you're playing. But yeah, that'll be Resurrect plus full HP. Always a good one. Pretty sure this will lead us to the next area, so we're gonna have to do a little bit of backtracking, unfortunately, because I was kind of skippy. I didn't explore the middle again, but I'll double check before I backtrack. The good news is these doors never come back, so once you've killed them, they stay dead, which is, it's something. Alright. I gotta say, this auto battle is working pretty well. I feel like I'm at least getting through the battles quickly here. Yeah, that'll be the way down to the next area, so hold on for that. Let's just do a quick backtrack here. In fact, seeing as it's backtracking, we'll do it on speed mode. Save a little bit of time. Those precious seconds, right? Alright, this'll be easy. We've got a preemptive strike. It's just bats and vampires. I don't think these guys have anything dangerous that they can do. I don't think. Cast Saph on his friend. Killed his friend. Maybe not quite. I was hoping we could finish it, but it's okay. In the time it takes me to talk about it, we can finish the battle. Alright. We'll continue on slightly super speed here. I don't expect there's actually anything really good other than the map completion. But the mapping completion is very important. You know what? Instead of fighting this, how long would it take to run away? Now we're going to get counters and killing. Yeah, that's fine. Like I said, I think we're leveled up enough that I don't really need to fight every battle. Alright, but the second time we'll fight. We'll skip it every odd time. It just comes down to whether we get blazes or not. The blazes are annoying. But I think it physical attacked Cecil that time. Nope, there it is. Did you see that? 1,400 almost, it's like 1390, 1,390 damage to Edge. Edge really needs some magic defense. Alright. I mean, you know, almost up. In most RPGs, I don't run away very often, just so that I can get leveled up. I think running away more often than not costs you time in the long run, because you end up weaker, and the weaker you are, the slower the battles go, kinda. Like, most of the battles we're winning on auto battle, which saves us a lot of time, you know. Whereas if you run, you might get through a few battles quickly, but then you're under-leveled, and then eventually you're gonna have to level grind, or, you know, use more complicated strategies to win. Whereas, for now, most encounters we can just attack and win. Most of the time. Oh, you do have a lightning attack. Oh, well, it's not that great. An old fairy rod. Let's get out of here. We're already 30 minutes into this episode. We want to get to the end. I don't think it's a very long dungeon the way I remember it. It's mostly just long by virtue of fighting all of these trap walls or trap doors. That's what really drags it on more than anything. So if you skipped all those, you could probably get through it real fast. Ah, sure. Edge may die. No, he'll be fine. I was thinking if we got 2 blazes, Edge is probably dead, but he was definitely dead, yeah. We may still get another blaze here, depending on how it goes. Come on, guys, kill him quick. Alright, Edge, you saved yourself. Good work, buddy. All for 4,000. Maybe if there's any battle I run away from, I should run away from the double chimeras. It's also nice, I did notice that both Rosa and Rydia have cracked the 2,000 HP marker. They've almost got as much HP as Edge. It's partially due to my giving them of the golden apples, but also partially due to Edge sucking. I give Edge a lot of hate. To be honest, he's not that bad. He's just... I have so many memories of him just getting one shot in random encounters from this point in the game to the end of the game. No matter what equipment you give him, no matter what you do, he just dies so easily compared to the rest. So, that's what jades my opinion of him. I have a lot of history with Edge. Although doing good damage, just... he's like a glass cannon. He's not even that cannony, he's just made of glass. Alright. Now his throwing of weapons is really his big redeemer. He can do a ton of damage throwing weapons, for sure. This is gonna hurt. Let's fight this battle, I guess. Keep Rose on standby here. Oh, it's just a normal attack. This is easy. Thanks to the Chimera Brain being stupid and not using its super attack, this will be over in 1 second. Well, maybe a few seconds. 10,000 experience points. Alright, we gotta be about at the end. Nearly. Alright, let's have a quick check with our thoughts. Still no change. Alright. I thought they updated more often than that, but that's... we've seen them change a couple times. This is easy. Unlikely to be terribly damaging with that silence, yeah. Crush these guys and we'll continue our adventure. One of these days, Rydia. One of these days. Gotta get you a good rod. I mean, you did cause it to hit itself. There we go. Rydia learns the death spell. It's probably not that good. Unless you already know what's weak against death, you'll probably just spend a lot of time casting it and having it do nothing. Now, it might work on these guys. Seeing as I know it can kill itself. 40 MP is very expensive if it doesn't work. After that, we'll just oh, there's another way to kill them easily. If you don't want to do the reflect trick, just cast death. Yeah, if you know an enemy is weak to instant death, that could be a good spell. But, it's hard to know when it's gonna work or not. It's funny. I used to find those walls so difficult, but, like, by now, I know so many ways to kill them in one turn. It's like, they're not that bad. Render them completely ineffective and one-shot them instead. Yeah, I like it. Confuse that bad, Rydia. Come on. I almost feel like having her use the fairy rod wastes more time than it saves. And if I just had her on defend, although she wouldn't contribute, at least we get through the battles a little bit quicker. I don't think it would make much difference, but it's kind of what I'm starting to feel. I don't know. The fairy rod probably helps out now and then a little bit. The confusing bit. This will be easy enough. So yeah, I mean, if you're a little bit surprised at how easy this dungeon is, keep in mind, I think the game is designed for you to come here before you do the Sylph Cave and the Cave of the Eidolons. Except for the boss at the end. That thing is meant for you to have Leviathan for sure. Although you don't need it, of course. You could beat it without him, but having Leviathan will make the final boss of this area much, much easier. A silent bell. Silent night bell. Alright guys, seriously, it's time to slow down the encounter rate. We've kind of out-leveled the enemies at this point, and it feels like these battles are mostly inconsequential. It's not like they take very long, but I'm at 37 minutes. I'd like to finish this one up before we hit an hour. I forget how much HP those guys have. They actually can take a lot of hits. The Lamia style, whatever they're called. I'm guessing 3 more spells for Rydia. If we learn them all. You have to get to a very high level with Rydia to learn her final magic. Like, I think 70 or 75. You often finish the game before you learn all of her black magic. And to be honest, how often have I been using her black magic? Also, from my own recollection, no secret passages in this dungeon as far as I know. Unless they're so secretive that I've never even found them. And I did have a friend, especially when I was younger, still have a friend I guess to say, but I used to hang out with a friend regularly who played Final Fantasy IV like it was his favorite game in the world, which it was. And he did probably know every secret. Like, in the Super Nintendo one, there are some treasures hidden in random tiles where you just have to randomly click. Like, you know, kind of the water tiles we found. Like, in some of the towns we found treasure like that. But he knew, like, every one of those. So, wait a second. What? Oh, wait. There was like, what is going on? How can this be a dead end? There was that rope that we could have taken down. The map is no help, but yeah, I remember. But yeah, I used to have a friend, used to hang out with a friend, however you want to say it, that basically knew everything there was to know about the Final Fantasy IV, at least on the Super Nintendo version. So, I think a lot of that rubbed off so that I know for a bit. Those were the days, those were the days. Instead of writing English papers, playing Final Fantasy. Good times. I gotta say, there must be a weakness to poison on those guys. because Kane is doing a ton of damage to them. And I didn't know they were weak against poison, so I didn't know anything was weak against poison, so that's kind of interesting. This is probably a dead end. Maybe it's a save room, because we gotta be getting close to the end. Are you guys getting tired of these doors yet? I don't think this was the best decision the game designers put in it to make every single door a trap. I think they should have done it like 50-50, so you'd always get some fights, but some of them just open normally, so you're always on your toes. You know, they don't all have to be monsters. Some of them can be normal doors. And then it just takes a lot less grindy time. Alright, this was at least worth it. I mean, why don't you make the trapdoors have treasure, and then the dead-end doors just not have a fight. You just walk in and be like, oh, it was a dead end, that sucks. That's punishment enough. Probably should have waited till we swapped rows to start attacking. Yeah, I like my decision. That's how they should change it. The areas that have treasure, you have to fight to get in, that's fine. But the areas that just have a dead end, they shouldn't be that bad. You don't need to double punish. One punishment is bad enough. Alright. Our power continues to grow more than is required. I think if you did this dungeon before the Eidolons and the Sylph, those two would probably be a lot less frustrating because you'd get so many levels up going through here relatively easily that by the time you got to those, it would be a little bit smoother. Because there's not very many enemies in this dungeon that... I mean, there's the Chimera Brains. They're pretty bad. And the doors, if you don't have the Aegis Shield. But even if you don't have the Aegis Shield, I think I showed you a couple good tricks to killing them. Mind you, you probably wouldn't have the Death Spell normally, because, like I said, I think I'm at a pretty high level right now. You probably would be like level 40s normally. I don't know. I haven't really been grinding, but it feels like I'm over leveled. It's just, I don't know why. That's probably a rope down again, yeah. Just want to make sure I finish the map. Don't get lazy with your map completion. It'll bite you at the very end of the game. You'll be expecting to get an awesome augment, but you'll have missed one tile somewhere, or one pixel somewhere. Alright, I think this is going to be it. Let's heal up, save up, and wrap this dungeon up. Let's just speed through. I'm worried this is dragging on for too long, so let's finish it up quick. Boss battles have a habit of taking more than 5 minutes, so... I have a suspicion we're going to be awfully close to the hour-long mark. Oh well, I don't think most people mind the hour-longs too much. It's more my side. I like to take a break. Oh man, there's another actual floor? I thought we were done. Maybe this is the last one. I'm really hoping this is the last one. Alright, easy enough. I mean, I should probably start running by now. I'm trying to save time, right? But I mean, the battles are pretty easy. I don't think it takes much longer to win these fights than it does to just run away. We would have run away by now, but on the other hand, we might as well get the experience, I guess. I did talk about my running away strategy, so you know my thinking. What I'm really concerned about, if you want to think meta, is probably after this dungeon, I'm going to have to off-camera try to get some rainbow pudding again. And I'm not really looking forward to it. Okay, I think the center is the way to the final area. Oh no, I can't. Can I walk down to that corner? Okay, there we go. Did you guys see that little pixel on the map that I just about couldn't get? That would have been frustrating to miss. Alright, you guys know the deal. Crush them. Nice. Poison. I don't know if I've ever even seen the poison stay on an enemy long enough to apply damage. Like, it should do like 100 damage after a while, but I think we just kill them too quickly. Poisoning enemies is one of those things in most RPGs, at least Final Fantasy style RPGs, maybe JRPG, but especially Final Fantasy. It's very rarely effective for anything. I can think of one battle where poisoning is useful. It's in Final Fantasy VII. And it's not that good, but at least it's one battle that helps out. But other than that, to the top of my knowledge, poisoning is just usually garbage as a spell, an attack spell. It's maybe an annoying debuff for you, but most of the time it's not even that bad. The way I understand it, in most of the new games, it just wears off at the end of battle anyway, so it's like totally inconsequential. Alright, now there was... Did you guys see that rope on the top left? I'm mildly concerned that that leads to some treasure, but I'm not willing to go back. I may check, like, after the fact. After this episode's over, I may double check what that did. But I betcha... I think some of the ropes are just sort of dead ends, basically. They just... You get to the bottom of the rope and there's nothing there. I think that's what that rope is. I'll probably forget. And if it turns out there's some amazing weapon or armor at the bottom, that's... Oh, now I really want to go check. I will check later, probably. Curse you, rope. Another floor. Wowzers. Okay. I underestimated how long this dungeon was. No, I just want to heal Cecil, that's all. Alright. Maybe this is the final floor. This is looking like we're getting close to the end. The more the rule of symmetry. The more symmetrical a layout is, the more likely this is the final floor. Isn't that a rule for all RPGs? Probably all games. You walk into a nice, large, symmetrical room, it's probably the final boss. Mega Elixir is nice. And on the plus side, no random encounters, just a stupid door. The never-ending door boss. I mean, to be fair, it's a pretty scary looking door. If you tried to open a door that had a mouth that large, I think, you know, you might run away. Speaking of that, it shouldn't be very quick. You should be able to run away from a door. Doors don't chase you very far. Oh good, so now instead of thumping, you get to hear marbles rolling above us. Anyway, Crystal Chamber! Woohoo! Just double check the thoughts. No thought changes. Dang. I was thinking they were going to change. Well, looks like we finally got a crystal. Woohoo! Dark crystal! Alright, well let's get out of here before anything bad can happen. Okay, now the thoughts have changed. We must guard it. Uh-oh. That's not good. Oh, Edge, don't get too full of yourself. We made it to the crystal before they did. That's true. Where is Golbez? Okay, well let's just get out of here before anything bad can happen, right? Where's teleport? Teleport! Okay, warp. Let me out. Okay, hold on, there's one more way to get out of dungeons. I even bought some spares. Emergency, this is an emergency, let me out. We're not allowed to escape. Well, isn't that great? Guess we're gonna have to walk. Because of plot. That's why. Well, this doesn't sound good at all. Apparently, the wall is attacking us. Not only do the doors attack you, the walls. Now, you'd think we could just walk across that thin bridge and go up the stairs to the next floor. Nope, we gotta fight this wall. The wall is faster than us. Anyway, this is a tough battle. Don't mess around. We're gonna start... Hermes shoes is a good idea, but we're gonna start with the spider silk to immediately slow it down as fast as possible. We're also going to immediately start with haste on Rosa and on Rydia. Then we're going to start attacking. I guess I could have cried first. Basically, what's going to happen is this is a race against time. If the wall gets all the way to your characters, it starts one-shotting them all. It's pretty bad. So do some debuffs, do some buffs, but most of all, get that damage in there ASAP. So slow it down, haste your guys, you know the drill. This is one of those times when dual cast is pretty darn good. Oh, so that is Leviathan. 6,000 damage. Leviathan will probably do most of the damage. Probably. But yeah, basically, you need to go pretty all out on this guy. Yeah, we'll get hasted. I don't know, actually, once you're hasted, jump... I don't know if while you're in the air jumping, hasting applies. Just attacking normally might be better when you're doing the haste trick. Well, the haste strategy. I'm not 100% sure on that one. Anyway, I'm pretty sure with Leviathan plus haste, and the fact that we're at a pretty high level, I think we'll be okay here. And there's another one to help us do more damage. Seeing as the wall doesn't really do anything until it crushes you all to death, we might as well Berserk Cecil. He'll do a bit more damage and it will speed up. Like, I won't have to select commands for him. So that speeds the input up a little bit. Wall is getting close. What's left? Is there anything else we can do with Rosa? Probably could Berserk Kane when he comes back. That's probably what I do. Come on, Kane, hurry up. Just do normal cast. Like I said, I'm not sure if haste applies while he's in the air. It may, but anyway, this is our front row Berserk to do max DPS. And saves the input time, like I said. And then I can spend my time selecting Leviathan. I'm pretty sure... Oh, wait, I didn't even notice. Edge got turned to stone. I didn't not even notice. Oops. Sorry, Edge, that's how vital you were to the plan. I didn't even notice you getting taken out of the battle. I'll fix that. Yeah, not having to select commands, definitely nice. Right, so Edge got unhasted because he sort of died. Probably won't matter, this will probably kill it. No, not quite. Let's get haste on Edge then again. That was a mistake. Letting him get turned to stone was definitely a mistake. I think it's like slow stone too. So you actually have a chance to cure it before you get fully petrified. I just didn't notice. When did he even do that? Come on, Wall, you gotta die here. He does have a ton of HP. I think I just realized Rydia's about to run out of MP after this. We're gonna throw... I think we'll be able to kill him. It's probably worth throwing some ethers on her to, not items, throw, what am I doing? It's probably worth throwing some ethers on her just so she can keep DPSing. Oh yeah, we got him. Okay, so I killed him really quick because I was ready and I was at a pretty high level. If you do not slow him and haste your guys and really max it out, he can easily crush your entire party. So, you know, I think again I'd managed to take that pretty easily, but it can go very, very poorly if you're not prepared. Anyway, that was nice. Now we've secured the crystal for sure. For sures. We did it! And don't try possessing any other walls. So I assume that was like Crystal Defense Protocol or something. We're not out of here yet. I sure wish I could just teleport out. A final trap to protect the crystal, yeah. Dwarven ingenuity, probably. What? I wonder what Kane's talking about. Or thinking about. to tell you the truth, he's not really telling anybody about it. He's just thinking it. Anyway, let's start heading out. Oh, wait, I forgot to double check. Can we just leave now? Just to prove it. Because it sure would be nice to just emergency exit out. So basically, I have to walk all the way out. So I'm going to cut that part out, and I will check the rope out on the way out. I will meet you guys at the exit. You guys know, but maybe not all of you. Okay, so we're almost out. We're on the first floor. And, you know, Edge only died 3 times on the way out due to double blazes. The good news is it was quicker than fighting every single door and exploring, but it still took a long time. We got a couple levels up. Lydia got a new spell. She now has Tornado, so it's, you know, pretty expensive, kind of like a lot of these late-game magic. And, again, I don't think it works on everything. I think it might count as wind damage, but you can't take advantage of weakness or resistance because it doesn't do, like, power damage. It just does reduce them to, like, 5 HP if it works. If you're weak against wind, it might work, though. So maybe I'll give that a try later on. It's not something I've ever thought of, so I'll think about it. It also probably maxes out at 99.99 if you're hitting an enemy that has 12,000 HP, for instance. I'm not sure. Anyway, we're just about out, so let's just go to freedom, right? What? I guess we found Golbez, judging by the music. I'm sure we wouldn't have let Kane carry it, right? Assuredly, Cecil is the one carrying the crystal. Alright. Use your mind, Kane. Don't let him control you this time around. Okay, it's alright. Let's trust him. We do have some trust problems in this game. Cecil, I'm ashamed of you. And Edge, the ninja! He's supposed to be quick! He should be faster than Dragoon with all the heavy armor. You know, I kind of count on the ninja to deal with traps. He's like my rogue, right? That's his job. Catch traps and deal with stealing. That's what he does, he steals. Oh, so Golbez was just playing us all along. But what if we actually retrieved those 7 crystals? I guess even if we retrieved the 7 crystals, Kane would have just stolen them all. We were just so fail that we have not completed any task successfully, including this one. Kane, don't listen to him! It's too late for me now. Great! Well, just go to the moon then. See if I care. I didn't want to go to the moon anyway. Unbelievable. Inconceivable! Perhaps is the correct term. Well, an enemy spy. No wonder I never liked that guy. Yeah, you don't like anybody except her. Yeah. Yeah, it's a double betrayal. That's an interesting point. I can think of why Cecil is not affected, but why would Edge not be affected? Rosa, maybe her spirit protects her because she's a white mage. Rydia is just too smart for that. I don't know. But, you know, you think Edge would be just as susceptible to Guile as Kane would be. I don't know. What do I know? Anyway, you know, at least we've got our airship, right? At least that. We're just trapped in the underworld. It's great. Anyway, we'll deal with this and sort out... We'll go report to King Geod our amazing failure again in the next episode. Thanks for watching, folks. I hope you've enjoyed. Maybe next episode we'll have a little bit more plot success. We'll see. Have a great day.